Hey traders, welcome to a new edition of Crypto Lab with Alex, actually from Crypto Keeper, as you can see on the welcoming page. Yeah, inflation data is out, a little bit more expected, a little bit more than expected, and we have seen a rather sharp move down on a smaller time frames on a Bitcoin. I will go into higher and lower time frames just in a bit. So let's use our usual routine. Let's look a little bit of macro. You can also put your comments and requests for certain cryptocurrencies in the chat box, and of course some other comments if you have them. So let's start. Let's not waste time. Let's look 10-year yields, which I will show you just in a second on a larger screen. And actually, we have come to our target around 2%, as you can see on a 10-year yield. This is a weekly chart. So we are noticing this, which is a usual phenomena, which you can sometimes see this divergence on a higher time frame between the wave 3 and wave 5. So I'm still going to keep this wave count, which is actually looking for a move A in 5 waves, pretty sharp one. As a beginning of the move up from these lows, 3-wave down correction in a B wave and 5 waves up in a C wave. As I said before, if I see something more drastic on the upside, we will have to change this wave count. But giving the facts that potentially this formation is finished in 5 waves, we can have a little bit more upside. And secondary one, that we have this divergence. I really want to wait a little bit, especially March, to see what the Fed is going to do, because now the market is speculating with a 50% or 0.5 move in the rates on the upside instead of 0.25 basis points. So that will be a rather surprise, but I see that market is starting to speculate with that. So I want to wait a little bit. Potentially, we could see some thoughts in regards of Fed and a move of just 0.25 basis points. I don't think that Fed wants to alarm the market and put a 0.50 basis points move in the first lift of the rates. So I'm going to wait a little bit. This wave count is still valid. If I see something more on the upside, then I will be forced to change it into a more bullish one, which is not going to be nice in regards of the levels and in regards of the markets, because the next target will be around 3.2, 3.3, and then we will have to actually switch to a more bullish wave count, which will be a 1, 2, up in 3, 4, and 5. Which will be actually above 3.5% in the next year, year and a half. So let's see what happens. On the European front, we are seeing a price of German 10-year bond, which is equivalent of the US 10-year, a move lower, which means the rates are moving up. And in general, I'm still going to hold this wave count, which we have been tracking for almost a couple of years, that we are in some type of a corrective pullback in a wave 4, and that eventually in a year and a half, after this consolidation is over, we might go more higher into deflationary scene, because here is the price. If the price goes up, yields goes down on this chart, and because of the clearer wave count, I use price instead of yields. And I'm very curious to see if these levels will hold around from 155 to 158, which will be my zone of a support for this potential fourth wave pullback. And if the economy balances itself in the next year and a half, we might see secular forces of demographics and technology kicks in again and produce this new deflationary cycle. And of course, maybe some global political events, geopolitical events, which we are full of currently, may also produce a little bit more easier stance and maybe a new QE for this move higher. So let's switch to the US dollar. US dollar is still working our wave count relatively nicely. We have anticipated a couple of weeks ago a possibility of this ending diagonal. I still don't want to call the end of this move up in DXY or the dollar index. Since this looks like a three-way move and a three-way pullback, so I will leave a place for a possible couple of weeks more of an ending diagonal here, reaching between 97 and even 100 on the upside. So I'm not going to anchor this B wave here until I see a break of these levels, which are indicated with this blue line, okay, which they come at 94.57. So I want this price to go and pierce through it. If I want to put this B wave here and actually announce a complete ABC pullback in the dollar index from this previous five-way move lower. Consequently, I also want to see on dollar a break of this B wave, because usually when you have a complex corrections, the sum of the X wave can stop either in the lows of a B wave or of the previous X wave, which is exactly at 91.90. But it is still early to talk about that. I'm still want to see what is going to happen here. And if you see a strong push on the upside in dollar index in three waves, that will be a clear sign that actually this will be an ending diagonal, which is a very noticeable thing which you can actually have in the Elliott wave world, which actually means that you're going to see a sharp reversal from the highs, and actually that will be the end of the current move, at least temporarily, in this move on the upside. So ending diagonal will I will close this a little bit more for you to see. So ending diagonal also has a specific rules within the wave developments in itself. Wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5, there is a certain measurements we need to respect when we look descending diagonals. So this will be a wave 1. Down in wave 2 now we are potentially beginning to start a wave 3, which will actually be confirmed above these highs, pullback in a wave 4 and a wave 5. Obviously there will be an overlap, which is allowed in the ending and leading diagonal wave structures. Let's switch to gold and metals, see the latest situation, what is going on there. I didn't see much happening there except of gold moving a little bit higher, but nothing drastic. It is reversing, I think, now on this inflation data. So I think still we are in this triangle, which we monitor. So I expect a further five-wave move to complete this E wave to the downside. So this will look something like this. This will be actually a wave 1, wave 2 exactly to 786 retracement here, wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5 down to this 1730 or a little bit below. So what is important in this triangle is that we respect actually this 1676, because if we go through it, the triangle actually will be invalidated, and we have a reserve option which goes for a little bit more lower levels if we go through this and actually deny a triangle wave count. But I don't think this will happen. I will stay with this because it was working so nicely so far. We are tracking this already for a year and a half, this triangle, and most likely this will be the last version of the C wave in the E wave for the beginning and potential 5 waves up, which will actually be a reversal signature and which will signify a possible 3-way pullback and a continuation on the upside. The same thing is with silver. Silver has been performing on the upside as well, but it's still within our wave count. So I have a couple of things here for you. I don't know if I presented that last time. So this green line here is a 400 days of support, which is pretty significant, as you can see. I count this as a ABC for W up in X, and I wait a little bit more, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 down to this 20 to 21 levels, where you have a couple of fib ratios. When you have 200 weekly moving average here, if you stretch it, and also you have a couple of levels that are indicated that this support will also hold here at these levels, and from there we might see a continuation towards upside levels in the possibly into a second, third, and fourth quarter in 2022, and even in beginning of 2023 for the move on the upside. Anyhow, we will wait a confirmation, a reversal signature, then a pullback, and then possible continuation on the upside. So charts are working relatively as we were monitoring them, and we will continue to do so as proposed. There is no need for now we change these wave counts because they are working nicely. So let me switch to cryptos. Lots of news in the couple of days in cryptos regarding BlackRock allowing crypto platform or crypto trading. Lots of other stuff in the world of crypto, everything positive. India didn't ban cryptos, they taxed it 30%. We talked about this last time. Also, news from Russia indicates that for now they will not ban cryptos, they will consider it as a currency, so they will be under some strict law enforcement, but they will be allowed it. So that's also good news for a crypto space. And we didn't seen such a good flow of good news for the last couple of weeks, which is of course very positive, and which works in line with our overall wave count. So let me go to cryptos and let me present you something which we look every week. This is a total crypto market cap. Triangle is still holding. We have been advocating for this triangle already for a long time. So there is a wave 1 and 2, up and 3, and then A, B, C, D, and E. Usually 23% for triangle is something where we would stop. 38% is usually something which is reserved for more complex corrections. For now, the triangle is working well. It's similar chart as a Bitcoin. So we are still going to continue and to monitor into next couple of weeks or even months or two this unfolding of wave D down in E, and then off we go in this fifth wave, which can propel a crypto market cap above 4 or 5 trillion on the upside before we start to see a sizable correction, because when you have this fifth wave unfolding, it's going to be a terminal for this move which started in 2018 in 5 waves, and we're going to expect some type of a corrective pullback before we continue higher. So let me go to the Bitcoin chart. We're going to go and look higher time frames, and then I'm going to show you some lower time frames as well. As you know, our overall view on this cryptocurrencies was that actually crypto winter started back in March 2021 with this move down when the market was pretty much bullish on the upside. As you can see, so it was this moment here. So for now, triangle is playing pretty nicely on the upside. This was a very distinct to Fib ratios, which I published on my Twitter and which was given to our members, which actually held well this proposed WXY to the downside. And from the lows, we are developing potentially a 5-wave move higher. We are currently in a smaller correction, I think in a possibly green wave 4, and then we're going to continue up towards this 200 moving average, which comes around 40, 46, 47, 48 roughly on this daily, where I expect a move down in B wave, which is all of a part of a bigger D wave. So we are still working this triangle, which is behaving very nicely. And for now, especially if we see 5 waves, so we would not like to see these levels around 40K broken to the downside, because that will actually signify that we didn't fulfill 5 waves up. So the conditions for this to work, it's going to be that we see clearly a 5-wave move on the upside. The second wave here, which I will show you in a smaller time frame, was pretty complex, which is kind of with the rule of alternation, suggests that this might be a very quick affair in an ABC to the downside in a 4th wave, and then we're going to form small head and shoulder with a move on the upside, inverse, and then a move down in a B wave towards 40K, and the final fifth wave up towards 50 to 60K for this D wave, where we're going to see a last three waves on the downside, which will actually be the final move down in Bitcoin for a couple of quarters, because the next event will be 5 waves up and a continuation on the upside towards much higher levels. I'm not going to speculate now about these levels. I'm gonna give you that when actually I confirm that this larger degree wave 3 target and the wave 5 in this 5-wave sequence is actually starting to develop. So let me switch immediately to a lower time frame, which I will show you how do I think in regards of that. So this is what we are looking on a lower time frame. We are looking for some type of a potential flat here. So very nice 5 waves up here, a very complex correction actually in this secondary wave. So it was hard to spot this. It was 5 waves up, and then you have a flat in A, up in B, down in C. So this was a flat, and then you have a clear, very impulsive, very strong vertical 5 waves up towards this 1618, which is the usual target that we look for the wave 3. And then from there, we had a nice A up in B, also very complex one. And now we are confirming a possibility that we are going to go in a 5 waves down in this C wave, which will actually complete this fourth wave around 41, 42K. And then we are going to be on watch for a possible fifth wave on the upside, and that will actually make this first sequence, which you have saw in the higher time frame. So this will be a wave 1 and 2, up in 3, a very short wave 4, and wave 5 up to this 48, 50K, 200 moving average on weekly. We go down in B wave and continue up in C wave. So it's relatively simple. What we would not like to see, as I said, is that we continue lower from here, from this fourth wave. I would not like to see a move below 40, 39, 38K, because this will signify only 3 waves and maybe potentially one more bottom before we turn higher. I personally don't think that will happen. So I'm observing this and looking this for a potential levels that we actually put some midterm longs or let's say smaller time frame longs to capture this fifth wave on the upside, which will go from 41, 42K up to let's say 49, 50K, where this higher 200 moving average actually is. So I hope the picture is clear. As long as we hold this 28.8K, the triangle is still valid. In the case, anyhow, we broke it. The secondary target is 20K. I think we are relatively secure from that now, looking this move on the upside. But the condition is that we still trace out 5-wave move, so we can confirm actually a reversal in this D wave, which now for now has only 3 waves. But as you can see, the relation already between 1 and 3 is pretty unstandard. And I will advocate this is just a 4th wave correction, which will actually find support somewhere around here and start developing on the upside. So I hope that's all clear. I see there is Subramaniam asking Ethereum price targets, please. Okay, if you say so. Okay, so Ether chart functioning pretty much the same. We are looking for a triangle here. Still developing in this wave A. So we have C1, 2, up in 3. This is a pullback in a wave 4. So pretty similar situation in the as in a Bitcoin. 200 moving average comes around 3,500. Move down in B wave, up in C wave to complete D, and then the same thing we will see in Ether. ABC down for the E wave, and then a continuation on the upside. So the same chart there, a little bit difference in regards of the wave structure, but basically everything around this two is the same. What we would not like to see is that we see something more exuberant to the downside below 2,500, because that will mean that something else actually is happening here, and that we might be actually moving further lower. So I want to keep these levels around 2,500 intact. And I want to see clearly a 5-wave move, which we still don't see. So we see a wave 1 and 2, up in 3. This is most likely a wave 4. And I want to see one more move on the upside to confirm actually that we are in this D wave, which will actually be one of the last legs in triangle, which is maybe complete in around April, May 2022 before we start moving higher. So I hope that's pretty clear, guys, in regards of a Bitcoin. So let me see what are the questions and Ether. Okay, so good morning, Alex. Inflation here to stay. Yeah, probably 1 year, year and a half. Schnitzel is saying pozdrav Aco on Serbian. Pozdrav, Schnitzel. Amit is saying, hi Alex, hope you're good. I'm good, thank you. Lawrence, usual suspects here. Could you update on Dogecoin? Yeah, I can. So let's look at Dogecoin from the perspective of the possibility to move higher. We have been looking Dogecoin in a consolidation, which is I still think ongoing. I didn't honestly look the Dogecoin, but I'm looking for some type of a wave 4, either anchored here or a little bit lower. So for now, I still don't have any evidence here that the Dogecoin is starting to move in 5-wave move on the upside. We see only 3-wave move. And I want to see a little bit more confirmation to actually anchor this wave 4. So for now, I cannot do that because I don't see a required wave structure. I will enlarge the chart for you. And in that respect, I'm still considering this to be unfinished. There's something which will make me actually to potentially anchor this wave 4 on the last low is if I see something more exuberant on the upside in 5-wave sequence. If you go on a smaller time frame, definitely you will see there is no 5-wave sequence. So I will still wait until I see something more, so I can actually say with a little bit more probability that this 4th wave is over. For now, I cannot do that, so I will still not look this to be a final low in a Dogecoin. I have some ratios here at 38.2%, which is most likely, maybe, which is going to be hit, maybe not. So it all depends what we do here. In something which you would like to see on the Dogecoin moving up is actually a 5 waves up towards 0.252. To consider this actually reversal signature and then a pullback and then continuation up. So we don't see that, and until I see that, I cannot say that actually Dogecoin is reversing. So hi Alex, can you look matrix swap? Yeah, I can. I think didn't look that at all, so let me try to find that one for you. Okay, so matrix swap. Yeah, I mean, this chart looks pretty bad. I will have to go on a smaller time frame. I don't know if this is all data, but if it is, for now, this looks pretty bearish, as you can see. So maybe wave 1 and 2, down in 3, 4, and 5. So we still don't have any confirmation of reversal. When you have such a big downtrend, I'm usually very reluctant to call the lows until I see a clearly 5-wave move towards here in some type of an ABC or even 1-2 pullback. So I will take ABC to be more conservative. So in order to count this as a possible pullback, I want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I want to see a move up in 5 waves, a pullback, and then something like this. And if this continues higher, then this will be a complete reversal. For now, I still don't see a 5 waves up, and in this I will, because I'm conservative by nature, I will wait 5 waves up to confirm, and then eventually this 3-wave pullback will give me an opportunity to pursue with a smaller risk another move on the up, which actually can turn into a 3rd wave. Okay, so for now, let's look this as a potential ABC, which is still not unconfirmed. Generally, the trend is down, as you can see, and until we see something like this, I will not call a trend reversal. XRP, yeah, nothing new on XRP. I mean, I don't see, I see just a three-way move yet. Potentially, also some type of a either a break on the upside will may potentially make us to think that we're gonna have or finish something which resembles either a triangle or something more um, on the upside. So for now, I don't like the shape of this triangle. It looks pretty weird, and it's already too long, in my opinion. This was here a new low. The only probability this is something more in time if this it will be if we count this as a wave 1 and 2, which I think we cannot. So I will still look for a same thing as you can see. So there is a possibility also if this is a wave A, B, C, D, and E. That we see some type of triangulation in E wave. Also, that is something which is rare. But it can happen. So instead of making a move down, we can make a small consolidation and continue up. So for now, I don't have anything much to say here in regards of XRP. I still don't see 5 waves up. I see only 3 waves up, although they looks very impulsive for now. So I want to see a further development before I can juggle with this one. The chart looks pretty, I will say in this consolidation, pretty terrible. So also you can make the case this is a wave A, up in B, down in C, and we can be the same situation, but the triangle like this looks pretty nasty. It can be the case, I will not go against it, but it can also mimic something which is happening in the Bitcoin and Ether. We go up in 3 waves in D wave, like in Bitcoin, a small pullback, and then we go higher. But as you can see, the structure of this monstrosity of a triangle looks pretty nasty. I'm not saying it's not going to work, but just the look of it, it's really not very nice, I will say. So I think that this is the best proposed option in regards of the XRP. Near, let's see what the near does. Yeah, near we are looking, it's still going nicely higher. So we are looking for some type of a 1-2 development on the upside, as you can see. Let me just switch to weekly. So it's holding pretty well now. I'm still gonna look near as something which needs yet to break on the upside. So I count this as a 1-2, 1-2, and then a potential continuation on the upside. A break of these higher levels will indicate that we are already most likely in the wave 3 on the upside. So it looks good for now in my book. Just unglare this so you can see it, and let me change these colors so you can have a little bit more orientation in regards how this wave structure will look. Yeah, engine coin. Engine I think looks good. I think still some type of a triangle. I didn't count this. It looks pretty weird. I didn't want to go into that. I would like to stay with this clear 5-wave move on the upside. I didn't make any specific effort to decipher this in the engine coin, but if you want to do something like this as a wave 1, and this starts to be a particularly hard, this looks like some type of a flat finishing here in a wave 2, which will be a running flat. So you have a 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 5 waves down, and then you have a start of a third wave, fourth wave, and the fifth wave. So I will label it something like this, which doesn't change this picture that we are possibly in a consolidation before we start moving higher in this fifth wave. So it's looking good so far. Most likely also A, B, C, D, and E, and then as a Bitcoin and Ether, if the things stay as it is now, we don't see a break of any key levels. I will be on the bullish side on this one for the completion of this intermediate 5-way move. Okay, so let's see what's next. We have a couple of maybe new viewers. Can you please validate my micro counts? I'm not validating my macro counts. Okay, I was thinking micro counts. So I'm usually don't go into such a smaller time frames. Yeah, I don't want to deal with specific wave counts here. Let me just see, what is this? It's hot. Probably is this one. I don't know if this is if this is not the one. Just actually correct me. So looks like a 5-way move with a flat. This looks like a 5-way move. You still need a more upside to confirm, but if this is a 5-way move, this will be some type of a 1-2 down in 3, 4, and 5. So around here, or already we are at lows. Maybe we're going to continue higher. Felix, we are not looking copper here. Andres Jaramillo, hi, thanks for your all hard work, that's fine. Dot, yeah, Polkadot, same situation, not much happening there. We are staying within our usual wave count, looking for Polkadot to go a little bit lower. So we are still looking for this ABC pullback, or if this was a low, we're gonna see 5 waves up. I'm not bothering too much, guys. Because the reversal signatures are very clear. If this is some type of a flat already finished, or a wave 2, or this is some type of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, this will be visible by a sizable push on the upside and correction. So in my opinion, there is still time. I'm not bothering looking all of the ticks every day, what some cryptos do. I like to look for a higher time frame. So for me, this is still not a reversal signature. So I'm waiting and patiently for a reversal signature. Okay, guys, let me do 2 more. So let's finish this stream. AXC, let's look at that, and one more, and that will be it. So AXC, after a pullback, looks relatively nice. I'm looking this as a 4th wave, as you can see. From the lows, our higher time frame wave count is working nicely now. So we are looking in a wave 1 and 2. Very nice move up in 3, and complex WXY towards these levels in a wave 4. And from our levels where the previous wave 4 is, we are seeing a nice 5-way move development, which means that this mimics a Bitcoin price chart. And in that respect, this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I will expect after this correction is done, either a triangle or a little bit lower, one more move higher, which will actually give us a reversal signature, and then a pullback down, which will actually signify a possible exposure, at least to me, towards this AXC on the further upside. So it's working nice up to now. I don't think we're going to see a wave count invalidation. I look this actually as a corrective move. So I'm still staying very bullish on this one for now. And let's close it up, guys, for Matic. Matic is 1 inch still not finished. Yeah, I've been pretty bullish Matic all the time. I still think we are in some type of a potential wave 2 here on Matic. Completed either a triangle, or this is already 1, 2, so it is also going to be visible. Maybe we're going to have even more skewed triangle here in a wave 4, so this will be a wave A, B, down in C already. We are now as a Bitcoin wave in as a chart of a Bitcoin wave D and E, and off we go on the upside. If this is a 1, 2, this is going to be very visible on the smaller time frame. I don't think we are still there. We don't see 5 waves up from low. So I'm going to stay most likely with this triangle until I see 5 waves up. So we might spend a little bit more in consolidation before we start moving higher. Solana, okay, guys. So yeah, that will be it for this crypto lab. I think you get a feeling how do I see the overall crypto market. If you want to join us, you can visit tradinganalysis.com, where we have an extensive crypto coverage for our members. If you want to navigate this relatively murky waters, this has been since March of 2021, when everybody was so bullish, and actually it was the start of crypto winter, which is already finishing, and I'm surprised some people now announcing it's going to begin, and I think we are in the last phase of it. So if you need any navigation on the longer time frames that we are going to track and we are going to trade with our members, you can take a trial, 27 bucks, to see what we have. We have lots of features in our crypto services, and you also get a chance to get your chart requests looked by me. We usually do every chart request from our members in our Discord channel. Thank you very much on the attention. Stay well, give us a like button and subscribe, and see you next week, guys. So thank you once more for being with us, and have a nice day. Bye bye.